body position. And just release any tension, unnecessary tension in the body, as well as in the mind, any worries or thinking, disturbance about past or future. Just for a little while we just drop anything and stay connected with the present. Even unpleasant experience, some painful feelings in the body or unpleasant sounds, anything what usually we like to avoid, we just pay attention on what's happening right now without any preferences. We just notice. And when mind reacts with some push or pull, he wants things or don't want, we also notice it. Try to not follow, but just confirm, okay, this is happening in my mind. And just these small things as mindfulness of the present experience and not following any reaction, you can see it already make your mind more peaceful, more stable, more connected with oneself, and more happy in the end. We try to keep this mindful attitude as long as it's possible. And when we forget to be mindful, we just remind ourselves to be mindful. Okay. As a discussion or reflection for today, I would like to just remind ourselves of the basics of why and what's the benefit in being a moral person, being a virtuous person, being a person who follow sila, who follow morality. So, first question, should we follow morality? What do you think? Maybe no need. I mean, what? Why we even kind of bring this question? What's the benefit if no need? Yeah? Of course, it's not even a question of the discussion, should or shouldn't. So definitely, yeah, from scriptures, from personal experience, everyone I think can say that it's better to follow. But why? It's an interesting question. Because on the first maybe experiential point of view, you may see the difference between when you follow, first when you not follow morality, because this usually progression, when you just maybe in your youth or whatever, you didn't really kind of maybe care much, or somehow I see that people usually progress in following morality rather than regress. Because once you start to follow morality, you see by your personal experience like why you do it, and usually it's encourage you to do it more. So now we compare if person not follow morality and person follow morality. So more, as I say, from experiential point of view, you may notice immediately then sometime, like very often when you do something wrong and you know it's wrong, you feel remorse. Yeah, like this is a definition of remorse. You know that you done something wrong and you kind of blame yourself or kind of not happy with oneself, or it have a positive motivational force. Yeah, it forces you in future to avoid these things. But the state of remorse is unpleasant. Yeah, no one like to be kind of. It also lead to personal disrespect. Like I feel remorse and I don't respect myself. Like oh, I'm so worthless. I don't follow. I kind of whatever steal or lie, or I do it again. You know, I say myself so many times, don't lie, but I do it again. Sometimes people have, okay, of course we don't speak about big lie, like serious kind of intentional, like many movement lie when you really intend to lie. But I must speak about habitual lie. You know, some people have a habit to small things. Just in conversation, just make things a little bit nicer. You know, you just report something and you kind of hide things what make you look not so nice, and like make things a little bit nicer. Or when you speak about someone who you don't like, you may increase the volume of bad report about him sometimes, like, oh, you know, he's so bad. You know? So and this may be habitual, but later you notice it's like it was not so pleasant. Yeah, even immediately when you say something like this, you feel like it's not what I really want. So yeah, the first kind of obvious benefit what I want to say, it's like absence of remorse and absence of self-blame, and also growth of self-respect, self-esteem. So they always say, if you don't respect yourself, why other people would respect you? Yeah, like it's kind of starts from yourself. Another point, more like also social, it's like whenever you live in community, like you stay, for example, here, yeah, and you know that most of people at least try not to steal. Yeah, like among five stealer, I mean, for work, it's not so easy, especially in some maybe working experience when people work in big company, when it's kind of easy to steal and the salary is low. Like people very easily to justify it. They say, oh, you know, like they pay these big companies, they get a lot of money. Why I cannot get my small share? Like no problem in this. And the whole family would kind of support these things, because whole family in a way benefit when husband maybe bring home a little bit more than his salary. So it's very dangerous, like when it's especially approved by society, I mean by small society. But if you stay in society where people kind of follow morality, you feel safe. Yeah, you can stay here, you can leave your bag here, go maybe to bathroom, and don't really worry that anyone would steal from your bag or something like this. And it's important, if everyone would contribute to it, it's possible. Because, for example, if I want only enjoy benefit of good community but not being myself kind of virtuous person, sooner or later this community would, you know, ask me to leave. Like, why this community would tolerate me if I'm not follow morality, but I expect everyone around follow? Like it's no point. And it's also another social aspect. In sutras they say virtuous or moral person, he may approach with confidence and kind of good stability of mind. He may approach any community, like they say Brahmin or Khatyas or householders or workers. So in India they had 4 different classes, and so long story short, he may approach any community with confidence, because we know that kind of any reputation always precedes us. Whenever this is a not so big word, especially Buddhist word. When you go, for example, from Teams community to, let's say, some community in whatever, in Penang, for example, people communicate with each other and they kind of speak, okay, this person is like this person is like that. And very often when you come to a new place, people already kind of have a rough idea who you are, like in general, because what to do rather than have chit chat with other person about someone else. Yeah, people like to have a gossip and so on. I mean, it's nature of people. And it's very good if you come to community and people like expect or even look at you already with some respect. They heard something good about you and so on. So it's always good. It's kind of help you to be comfortable in community. In this community, you can easily develop some good qualities. You can easily find new friends, because we know in spiritual life it's very important to have a good friends, virtuous friends who sometimes point you mistakes. Yeah, they come to you and say, "Oh, you know, this is actually not so good." But if I myself never follow any morality, why even people would bother come to me and point out mistakes? It would take whole day to speak about my mistakes if I don't do anything. So, but if I kind of try to do my best and time after time do mistakes, I mean, it can happen with everyone. People may come and they inspire actually to share with me something to improve my behavior, because they know that I would do the same for them as a good friend. So it's kind of mutual relationship. So we might say for harmony in society would lead to personal growth, because if you're comfortable, you easily kind of can grow. Another point, of course, we all know, like in this very life, we see the consequence of bad action, but also from the sutta point of view, and like from the wise, when wise people speak, they speak about that we generate good karma, and of course we would get a good rebirth afterwards. So by keeping our morality, by doing good deeds, by doing dana, by kind of developing our mind, we get a good rebirth. And I mean, who don't want good rebirth? Yeah, who want to go to hell? I cannot even imagine people. Yeah, I want to go to hell. So yeah. Then another interesting point, when like we have initial faith in Buddha's teaching. That's why we follow morality. Yeah, we have some kind of why no? Let me try. People say the Buddha's teaching say like let me try and see the result. And we act by faith, and we apply some effort. So we develop these two qualities. And by acting by faith, interestingly, we increase our faith. So when I have some faith, okay, like I need to generate good karma because I want to get a good result. Then when I do this out of this, like slowly, I start to believe in this even more. It's interesting, yeah, like because you reflect on this almost daily, because in some situation, especially in time when you change, before you follow one lifestyle, now you follow another lifestyle. So almost every day you need to remind yourself and justify why I'm doing this, what will be my benefit, why I'm doing this, and then whatever you think, Buddha say, whatever mind always think, in that direction mind always incline. So you think about something faithful, your mind incline to something faithful. You think and apply some effort, your effort faculty grow. So it's amazing, yeah? Like how to develop effort. Be effortful. Like very easy. How to develop faith. Think about something faithful, and other things would work also in the same way. So yeah, also another thing also very often mentioned in the sutta, that moral behavior, it's a foundation for the stability of mind, and stability of mind foundation for wisdom. So they always give the simile of the building, then the ground, like foundation of the building, like almost ground floor, it's your sila. Then walls, it's your samadhi, and the roof, it's your panya, so wisdom. So also, it always was kind of interesting question to me, because aside from thoughts of remorse, because you sit and meditate, naturally if you did something wrong, you feel remorse, it's obstruct your meditation. We already discussed it, it's clear. But aside from this, what else, like why sila, virtuous behavior, to do something good, to abstain, to harm others, would support your meditation? I think it's kind of open question in terms of see like your if you do meditation on a regular basis, and at some point you do some mistakes, like maybe break some sila, it's obvious if it's come to the five precepts, to abstain from alcohol and any intoxicative things like drugs and so on, because for general samadhi it's required to have a good day-to-day like mindfulness of present moment. Like if you're mindful of present moment, then when you sit and meditate, you're much more easy to attain your concentration. I mean, it's natural. But if you during the day, if you like drink alcohol, and of course people are not mindful usually when they drink alcohol because it's kind of intoxicate and lose carefulness, lose attention, and then in the evening, like next morning, evening, bad example, but like next morning, because all previous day I was kind of careless, and then next morning I try to meditate. Aside that I have a headache, definitely, then even my mental faculty very difficult to bring back to the course of mental development. But also, like, if we put aside thought of remorse, I also thought of like other kind of thoughts what disturb me if I'm not a virtuous person. Even if it's not remorse, it can be fear. Like I did something wrong, I harmed someone, and I'm afraid that he would harm me back. And I may like worry about this. Okay, what should I do? Like tomorrow I go to work, and maybe this road better to avoid because this person lives there, and he kind of want to harm me back because yesterday I was very harsh on him. Or like I lied to this person. Like how I may avoid this lie would kind of pop up, become visible. So all these things, unnecessary things. Just not lie at the beginning, yeah, not harm other people at the beginning, and then later on you don't feel remorse, you don't feel any worries, you don't feel any fear. You kind of easy, yeah. You can, as so to say, can approach any community. I didn't harm anyone. Why would I like afraid to approach anyone? Yeah. But if I harm like group A, group B, group C, only group D, not yet. You know. Sooner or later I will harm them as well. So it's definitely unwholesome. And maybe the last things when we see that the part of liberation, part of development of the mind, they always say that Nibbana is freedom from greed or like lust, freedom from hate, and freedom from delusion. So freedom of these three unwholesome roots. And interestingly, that almost each, I would say each, yeah, of 5 sila definitely, even we speak about 10 unwholesome roots, this and other things what also related to sila. All these things link to these 3 unwholesome mental states. And you may see if you, let's say, kill mosquito, you have a short moment of hate. I mean, it harmed me, it bite me. I want to kind of bite him back, or I want to like stop these painful feelings. I don't like. So this small moment of hate in that moment when I try to kill mosquito. But if you just, try to remove it by air, you see, you may have this kind of aversion or unpleasantness because of painful feelings, but it's not that kind of hate that I want you to die. So it's a different mental state. So you not develop hate, you develop opposite, even metta, like we may say. Same way with the stealing. Yeah, when I don't have something and another person have, and if I really allow myself go for it, so I kind of go motivated by like desire or strong like jealousy, maybe like these kind of things. But if I aware, okay, I honestly I feel jealous, yeah, like another person have something what I would like. I mean, good to honest with oneself. Okay, there is this kind of intention or motivation arise, but I just not act out of this. I aware, okay, this is a like unwholesome mental state. It's there, okay. I'm not a arahant yet, but I'm not motivated by this. I'm not go for this. And this, that you have this kind of personal restriction or personal value system, again, would give you so much joy. I think this is another thing what give you what support your samadhi, because when you reflect, okay, today I kind of, there was a chance for me to harm someone, there was a chance for me to steal, there was a chance for me to commit maybe sexual misconduct, but I didn't. So, and in the evening you sit and, oh, so wonderful, I'm a good person, you know. And this joy like can really increase your samadhi, because samadhi it's like one of the factors for the first jhana is joy. So of course we don't speak about every time you get this strong concentration, but even to be comfortable, it's like supporting condition to get more deeper level of samadhi. Yeah, so we kind of avoid this 3 unwholesome route, what in the end would lead us to freedom of defilements, like complete freedom from defilements. So as a conclusion, we may say the following of morality may kind of contribute to social well-being. So we, together with community where we live, we at harmony and peace and safe community, and also it contribute to personal well-beings. It starts from just don't feel remorse, feel comfortable, and it's lead to have a strong concentration and be able to develop your panya. So now, if someone asks me like, why to follow Sila, I asked one time, I think in Sri Lanka, I asked one monk, why we need to follow Sila? And he told me, why not? That's it. That was his Dhamma talk. Why not? And I mean, reflecting all this point, after reflecting, I can understand why you can come to this conclusion. Like really seeing how following Sila beneficial for everything what you do, and not following Sila like abstract from everything. You can say, why not? Like it's so obvious, yeah? So I wish all of you to be virtuous and develop your samadhi and wisdom and be happy. Sadhu, sadhu.